Hi, it's Jnwynn with Scraptastic Yarns Podcast. Today is Tuesday, November the 13th, and today was my normal day for the bingo at the hospital. This is our next to the last bingo. December will be our last bingo. So, like I've told everybody, there's going to be plenty of prizes because I'm cleaning the closet out. So, today's podcast is going to be a little bit different. I wanted to let you know, first of all, where you can find me. My email address is jnwynn@verizon.net or scraptasticyarns@gmail.com. We also have a group over on Facebook, which is Scraptastic Yarns Podcast. There's just a couple of us there. We'd like for more of you to join us. I'm starting to get back into the groove of things. The quilt that I was commissioned to do has been taking a lot of my time, and I will post a couple of pictures at the end of the podcast so that you can see those. And the quilt's pretty heavy. When you have that much embroidery on the quilt, it tends to make it a little heavier than normal. I will have the girls help me tomorrow to take a video of the quilt, but I will not show the entire quilt finished until after Christmas has been had. That way there's no chance of it, the total thing getting finished. You can kind of see a couple of pictures, see some of the stuff that I've been doing on it. We also have a Ravelry Group, which is Scraptastic Yarns Podcast, and I hope you will join us there because we have a CAL going on at the moment, and that is the Raglan CAL, and it started November the 1st, runs through the 20th of December. There's going to be a winner from the Ravelry Group, and then a winner from the Facebook group. And if you guys don't start getting on the ball, Cheryl's going to win it all. I mean, there are sparks flying off of her hook, I'm sure. She is fast, and I will admit, it's a little bit easier to go crochet than knit when you do a crochet along or a knit along. And she's just booking right along. She's working on her second sweater, and I'm sure by now she's got the sleeves done and ready to put them on if she has to sew them on. I, however, had to frog mine. You saw it last week in the podcast, and it was probably about this much done on it. And my girlfriend reminded me that of the 4 sweater pullovers that I have made, I have not worn a single one of them. So, we discussed it. She told me you really need to turn it into a cardigan. And that's what I did. We ripped it completely out, and I started over. I do not have any finished items. I'm just going to show you what I have so far of my raglan. And part of the reason I chose a raglan is because, and I'm sorry that's hitting the microphone, is because they are so easy to get going. And basically you just need a measurement of your neck where you want it to fit. From there, you have several decisions you have to make. You do want that number to be divisible by 6, and that is the method that I have always used, because you're going to count the front part as one part, second part, each sleeve is a part, and then the back divided in 2. So that your total number needs to be divisible by 6, and then that way you can figure out how to get started on your bases. Now, mine is done in the pimento that Knit Crates had, and because I am a member of Knit Crate, I was able to get it a lot cheaper than if I were not a member of Knit Crate. I think each hank was $18 for additional hanks. I ordered a total of 6 additional hanks because I knew I wanted to use this to make my sweater with, and I'm really liking the way that it's looking. There's enough variation in the balls of yarn with the coloration that's in it that I really don't have to divide up the balls. You know, many times when you get hanks, you have to do a couple of rows in one color, a couple of rows in the second color, even though it may be the same color, because you'll see a variation lots of times, even when you get the same dye lots. So that way that kind of hides that variation in the color saturation and those kind of things. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Haven't gotten very far, but I will show you a couple of acquisitions. And one of these, the ladies at the church where we have the prayer shawl, there's a group of the ladies that are making angels to hand out to members of the church and to other people. I was gifted one of these by Gert, and it is an angel, and she is absolutely adorable. No, I don't have the pattern. Yes, I can probably ask to get the pattern and possibly share it with you, but they're just adorable. So that's an acquisition. Now the next thing that's an acquisition is a little bit different way of getting this. Sorry for the crinkle. I have been a part of the Naughty Knitters at the hospital for many years, and one of the members is pretty much unable to do a lot of the things that she was doing before because of some issues with pain and some neck pain, those kind of things. And she had started a sweater out of this booklet. Well, she handed that off to the pastor, and the pastor has asked me to finish the sweater. I don't have all that much left to do on this sweater, as you can see. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to pick up those stitches and finish off the sweater for her, which she's given me grief on Facebook about, because I posted some older pictures of a sweater I'd picked up at a garage sale and finished like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It was the only thing that had to be finished was the sleeves a little bit and then attached, because the sweater was totally complete. So I did manage to finish that. And this is actually it's called Fluffy, imported by Unger. And I don't know what it is. I believe it's probably an acrylic, because it is color fast, non-allergic, and moth-proof. Yep, 100% acrylic. And each one of these is about an ounce and a half. So I'm going to finish that sweater for the pastor. Now I'm going to move this bag out of the way. The other acquisition that I did get, you know how I'm always telling you to watch for deals? You know, you can get some good things, clearance, those kind of things. Got a boo-boo there. I was at Walmart, and we are, you know, with the Mill Hall with the senior center, we are working on making towel holders, and we're going to include towels in those towel holders, the ones that go over your stove handle. And I happened to be walking through, and they had a cart. They were going to start putting things on the clearance aisle, and there was this nice big stack of towels, kitchen towels. So I asked the lady how much they were selling the towels for. There were two of the Sugar Skull, the one that is the dark black, and then the white background that I showed you, that I had gotten for 50 cents. Well, those were still 50 cents and going to go for 50 cents. However, they had 2 packs of towels, 2 towels in a pack. They were selling for 25 cents. I just moved every one of those over into my cart, and I was able to get a total of 72 kitchen towels for less than $10. And of course, they came in the 2-pack. It's the Trick or Treat and then the plaid. The other one is the skull and then the Halloween colored one. Now, you would think because we're doing Christmas boxes, we would make the towels all Christmas-y, and we are not. And the main reason being is because a lot of us can get towels cheaper, or we may have a bunch of towels that were gifted to us. Those of us that go to bingo with the hospital, one of the most favorite gift items to receive when you win a bingo game are kitchen towels. And a lot of us, we pick them up whenever we can get them. And plus, they're only $1 a piece. So, like I said, I got those 72 towels. Really nice, cheap price. But we've got lots of towels hanging around, that we need to get rid of. And whenever they have the seasonal towels on sale, I generally will pick up 10 or 20 because, usually they're 50 cents a quarter. It's no big deal. I have a nice big stack, and then throughout the year I can give them away as gifts. Whatever. Now, I thought I would tell you a little bit about what I plan on doing. With Tunisian Tuesday, I am going to start a hat, and this hat pattern is at Yarnspirations, and I will put the link down below. It's Tunisian, of course, and it is using the knit stitch and the purl stitch to make the ribbed hat. So I am going to start that with Tunisian Tuesday. That may not come out till Thursday this week, just because of I need to finish up the big quilt for the commission that I'm doing. One of the other things that I saw is I saw this nice little pattern, and it is for some, she calls them flop top mittens. So this is linked flop top mittens, and the pattern is over at crystallizeddesigns.com. And it's crystallized-designs.com. It is free on her website. I believe there's a nominal fee for it to get it without the ads. Basically, I just copied and pasted. Yeah, I know. But that is I don't mind paying for patterns, but lots of times I want to try it out first. And many times if I like the way that it works out, I will go and purchase the pattern, and I will tell you why. Being a pattern designer myself, I do give a lot of freebies away, but I also understand that some of us need to make money to pay some bills. So I want to support my crochet designers, knit designers, so that they'll just keep making new patterns out for us. And generally once I find a pattern I really like, I'll go back into that designer's page on Ravelry, and generally I can find a couple of patterns that I really like and purchase them for later use. Of course, you know, if you're like me, I've got a stack. It's about this wide of items I want to start. One of those is the Raglan CAL, which currently right now it is still free. So, but once the last pattern has come out after that week, it is no longer free. It will be for a cost, and it is some beautiful, beautiful work. It is done in a mosaic style, and I have done some mosaic style in the past, but I didn't really care for the way that it was done. I had followed a couple of patterns by Raglan CAL, and I found it a little difficult the way that she does these. But this pattern that Tina has created for the Raglan CAL, very easy to follow. She gives you great tips. She's got some videos online to help you get through that, and videos sometimes are done through Pippin Crochet. But it is a beautiful pattern, so I would hope that you would check that out. I do have a couple of Christmas items that I'm starting to work on. Gotta get some gifts going. Here it is, November, almost the middle of November, and I'm just starting Christmas gifts. Let's hope sparks fly off my hook. It can get interesting. Plus, doing the sweaters, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I still have not finished several of the items that I had put on my list for whips to be finished. Although I have gotten a couple of those off. One of those was a Tunisian shawl triangle, and some of those were also some towel holders. I got quite a few towel holders done, and I think I'm done making towel holders. Although I found another bunch of hair bands. Sorry about that. Get drink. I did find another bunch of hair bands, so I might need to make a few more. You'll notice what I've done is I have just crossed them out and wrote finished underneath it, because I know I'm going to find more whips. Now I've got 2 more whips. My sweater, that's not even added in on this, and then a new sweater to finish. So I figure there's no sense in tearing off the card, cross it out, add the new item in until, the card is completely full, and then I'll get rid of the card. But this has been very helpful for keeping me a little bit more on task on getting those whips finished, even though I've added 2 to the list. But hey, things happen. I did want to show you an item that I had purchased. And these are little miniature ornaments. But they're nice and lightweight. They can be turned into stitch markers. So that's what I'm going to do with these, because I like the colors and I like how pretty they look. Just an idea, folks. For those of you that have friends who crochet and knit, give them some stitch markers. Make it easy. You know, put an earring backing on it, lever back. It's good to go. That is it for today's podcast. Next week, there will not be a podcast, nor will there be a Tunisian Tuesday, because we will be on the road Tuesday. I don't think I can get a podcast filmed before then, just because of everything that's on my schedule. If I can, I will put a new podcast up on Monday instead of the normal Tuesday. Other than that, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving, and think about a few things that you're thankful for. We usually have quite a few that we overlook. And, as usual, remember, choose to be kind. Everybody, have a great weekend. Bye.